$500 from Lem's Auto Recyclers in Dune if he can pick up the win here tonight. Justin Earing, 20 into the outside of him. Flying Brian Blessington, the 92B to the inside of row 3. Dave Smith to the outside. Ladies and gentlemen, the track has set these drivers a game. This is the Class 2 Tough to Tame. Your Sebus McGraphics IMCA Stock Cars. Donovan Smith to the inside of row 4, to the outside of the 27 of Randy Brands. Last week's 8 feature winner, Devin Smith, the inside of your 5th and final row, with the 10 of Mike Stapleton. Once again, Lem's Auto Recyclers out of Dune, Iowa, putting up a $500 bonus on the 5B of Stefan Siebesma if he can win tonight's A feature. So Lem's Auto Recyclers putting up a bonus here tonight as we go green off turn number 4. As we've got Bonison out with a race lead, Siebesma in that second place spot. Put him 4 deep now down the backstretch into turn number 3. Blessington getting on the brakes instead of going through the middle of that pack. As we still got him 4 wide down on the front stretch. Bonison, your race leader, Stefan Siebesma, trying to pick up the bonus money from Lem's Auto Recyclers as we got a car around. That is the 8B of Merrill Bass. Tries to get it refired, will not. Caution flag comes out. Caution flag coming out for the 8B of Merrill Bass. You will see Bonison. Siebesma chooses the inside line. Dave Smith up on the top side. Justin Nearing. And I believe the 35 of Donovan Smith through your top 5. Coming off turn 4, back to green we go. Bonison, Siebesma. Siebesma looks to the inside quarter panel of Bonison. Nothing doing off turn 2. Here comes Dave Smith, the 8 car. Donovan Smith on the move now to the outside. Well, the 20 of Justin Nearing. Randy Brands in the mix as well. Now here comes Devin Smith and Blessington. Siebesma going for the lead here. He'll have it. Going into turn 1, Stefan Siebesma, the 5B car, up to the race lead as he tries for bonus money here tonight, courtesy of Lem's Auto Recyclers in Dune. Siebesma off turn 4 now. Bonison takes a peek to the outside. Dave Smith and the 8 car is coming. Justin Earing, 20N car in the top 4. Randy Brands in the top 5. Brands coming off a win just 2 days ago at the Clay County Fair Speedway in Spencer. Dave Smith now look to the inside of Stefan Siebesma as they come into turn 3. Smith is there at the left rear quarter panel. A little bit of rubbing off turn 4. Stefan Siebesma still your race leader. Siebesma, Smith, Nearing, Brands, and Donovan Smith, your top 5. Devin Smith on the outside looking in as Bonison gets shuffled all the way back to 8th position. Bonison, your pole sitter, now back to 8th as Stefan Siebesma tries to hold off the advances of the 8 car of Dave Smith. Siebesma leaving the bottom open just a little bit for the 8 car. As Randy Brands has gotten around the 20 end of Justin Nearing for 3rd. Talking to Stefan earlier here tonight, he says 5 nights on the car to get it set, but he's looking strong here in this A feature as he's trying to get the $500 bonus from Lem's Auto Recyclers. Still Siebesma, Smith, Brands, Nearing, Donovan, and Devin Smith into the top 5 now. Blessington trying to close some distance between him and Devin as Devin Smith, the 81 car, sits right in front of him. Donovan Smith looking for a run to the outside of Justin Nearing in the 20N car. Randy Brands inching closer and closer to the back bumper of the 8 car of David Smith. Smith tries to take a peek to the outside, nothing doing. Now dive bombs into turn 1, the inside of Stefan Siebesma. Siebesma back on the gas a little bit earlier than the 8 car. Here comes Randy Brands as well. Smith and Siebesma side by side for the race lead. Randy Brands wants a piece of the action, the 27 car as well. Coming off turn 4. Siebesma slides a little high. David Smith will have it at the line with 5 to go. Randy Brands now the 27 car on the inside of Siebesma. Siebesma starting to fade here in the late stages of this A feature. Dave Smith, your new race leader. Randy Brands around the 5B of Stefan Siebesma. Justin Nearing now trying to take a peek to the inside of the 5B car. Brands now trying to make some advances on the 8 car of David Smith. Brands, fresh off a win 2 days ago at the Clay County Fair Speedway, would like nothing better to go 2 for 2 here on the week. As we come into turn 3 and 4, Brands has caught the back bumper of the 8 car of David Smith. As green flag flies, 2 laps to go here for the 8 car Smith. Stefan Siebesma running in that 3rd place spot. Justin Nearing all over the back bumper. Devin Smith now into the top 5. As they come into turns 3 and 4. Brands to the back bumper once again, trying to make some advances, will not do so. White flag coming out one more time around. Here for the 8 car at David Smith. Brands trying to go 2 for 2 here on the week. As they come into turn 3 and 4. Brands will need a haymaker to the outside. Goes a 27 car. Randy Brands slides up the racetrack. Nothing doing though. He'll have to settle for second. David Smith, your feature winner. Randy Brands the second. Stefan Siebesma in 3rd. Justin Nearing 4th. And Devin Smith rounding out your top 5. Stefan Siebesma, bonus money on him tonight from Lem's Auto Recyclers out of Dune. Unfortunately, we'll have to settle for a 3rd place finish. But for second night on that 5B car, still did pretty good. As he climbs out of the car, ladies and gentlemen, let him hear you. David, you're racing with Stefan Siebesma for that race lead. Found the moisture, got to the inside of him and made the pass. How was that move here to pull off the win here tonight?
I don't know. I thought I was going to run out of laps. He was really doing a great job. I just couldn't get a run on him. And then I thought, well, I can get next to him here, and he left me room. He's a good racer.
Randy Brands also making a late charge, just coming up short. What's it like racing with Randy as too?
Some days he does the dive bombs on you, but he never hits you. He's just good at it, I guess.
What do you got to thank for putting this 8 car here in Victory Lane tonight?
I want to thank my kids and my wife for helping. It's my little boy's birthday today, so it's good to win on his birthday.
Absolutely, getting a win on the birthday indeed. Congratulations. David Smith, the 8 car, picking up your victory here tonight in your Siebesma Graphics Class 2 Tough to Tame Stock Cars. Matt Schulte inside of row number 7 to the outside, the 15 of Chris Pontius. Ladies and gentlemen, as they come down the front stretch here, this is your parade and wave lap. They're going to come out fighting when the bell rings. Ladies and gents, these are your wild things. Your Ross Tire and Auto IMCA Holly Stock A feature. Dennis Lyons, 73 JR inside of row 8. Ross DeWall, the outside of the 16 car. Tyler Wieslander, the T17 to the inside of your 9th and final row. Wyatt Johnson scheduled to start on the outside. Unfortunately, through the K barrier earlier in the heat race. Driver is okay. Cars can be replaced, drivers cannot. So we're glad that he is okay here tonight. As we come to green off turn 4, it's Wild Thing Hobby Stock time. As we put them 4 deep through turns 1 and 2. Zach Weir, the 61W out with the race lead. Curtis Bodison in that second place spot. Now looking at the inside of Weir. Back behind him, we got him 2x4. As we've got cars around near the back of the pack. The 28 of Magnuson looks to the inside of Bodison as Bodison splits the difference now for the race lead. Ross DeWall trying to get that 16 car fired. He will not. Caution flag comes out. As we come back to green flag racing here for your Ross Tire and Auto IMCA Wild Thing Hobby Stock A feature. Weir will lead them down the front stretch. Into turn number 1 they go. Magnuson right behind them. Bargloff, Bodison, Mike Smith now. 3 deep, 3x3 about the mid-pack. As they come into turns 3 and 4, Mike Smith digging on the bottom side of the 22 car. Weir and Bargloff upstairs. Magnuson upstairs as well. Bodison side by side with Magnuson. Brandon Nielsen in the mix. Weir still your race leader. 45 of Bargloff in second. Here comes Mike Smith. Mike Smith in the 22 car, the youngster out of Lake City, Iowa. Last week's A feature winner trying to go 2 for 2 here at the Buena Vista Raceway. Weir goes up high, tries to find a little bit of moisture in the marbles. Gets shuffled back as Bargloff and Smith go 1 and 2 now. Bodison, Magnuson rounding out your top 5. Brotherton and Nielsen there as well. Oh, car up and over the T8 of Brandon Nielsen. Red flag coming out, red, red, red. Once again, the T8 of Brandon Nielsen on the hook. After going for a wild ride in turn 3 and 4 after clipping the infield tractor tire. Driver is out of the car and he is okay, is what we are being told. Like I said earlier, cars can be replaced, people cannot, drivers cannot. We are glad he is okay as we come back to green flag racing. Off of turn 4, Bargloff with the race lead. Car around in turns 3 and 4. He will keep it going though as we got a battle for the race lead between Bargloff and Mike Smith. Zach Weir getting shuffled back in the 61W. Mike Smith looking to the inside of Drew Bargloff, the 45 car. Bargloff will lead under the lap. Smith in second. Magnuson, Brotherton, Johnson, and Bodison. Your top 6 cars out on the racetrack right now. Bargloff still your race leader in the 45 car. Mike Smith sitting in second. Magnuson to the inside of Brotherton for that 3rd place spot. as Brotherton battles back on the outside. Mike Smith will go upstairs and try to follow the 45 of Bargloff. Now moves down to the middle side of the racetrack, trying to get a better run. Magnuson and Brotherton still going at it for third and fourth. Johnson rounding out your top five. Mike Smith to the outside of Bargloff now as they come down the back stretch. Oh, Bargloff pinched Smith going into turn three. Smith on the binders to avoid contact with the outside K barrier. Magnuson now inching closer to the 22 of Mike Smith for that second place spot. Smith now back on the advances to the inside of the 45 of Bargloff. Magnuson will go along with him. Smith had the lead going into 3 and 4. Bargloff still too strong on the top side. As here comes Magnuson and Smith, going to put him 3 deep to the inside of the racetrack. Bargloff, Smith, Magnuson. Great racing action up front for the race lead as Magnuson now looks to the bottom side of the racetrack and for the race lead from the 45 of Bargloff. Mike Smith is still there too. Magnuson will lead the lap with 2 laps to go. Smith to the inside of Magnuson. As they fight for that race lead, Smith will have it off turn 2. Mike Smith, your race leader, through turns 3 and 4. Magnuson a little tapped to the back bumper of the 22 car. Here comes Bargloff as the white flag's out. One more time to go. Bargloff to the inside of Mike Smith. Magnuson still there too. Off at turn 2 down the backstretch. Smith tries to pull away. One last shot for Bargloff and Magnuson as they come through turns 3 and 4. Mike Smith looking to go 2 for 2 here. Here comes Magnuson on the top side. Smith will get the win. Bargloff second, Magnuson in third. Brotherton and Johnson rounding out your top 5. How about it, race fans? That was a great battle for the lead, and Mike Smith coming home with a feature win. He definitely earned that win, too. Out of the car, ladies and gentlemen, Mike Smith going 2 for 2 here at Buena Vista Raceway. Walk us through those last few laps battling with the 45 of Drew Bargloff and the 28 of Dylan Magnuson.
Well, Bargloff had a really good run every time coming out of 4, so I knew I had to work on something down here. And I couldn't quite get him on the bottom, so I thought maybe if I roll the outside of him, I'd be able to get him. And then one time I tried peeking it down the back stretch there, and he got into me a little bit, and I jumped over the wall, but I don't know, I was able to get it done.
Definitely a hard-fought race and earned it here tonight. Who would you like to thank for putting this 22 car in victory lane here 2 weeks in a row?
First off, I'd like to thank all my family, my mom, dad, my siblings, and of course all my uncles that have been helping me. I want to say thanks to Sean and Eric Stanton for helping me try out this new stuff I've been trying, and the K chassis. This car is awesome.
So once again, Mike Smith getting the win here 2 weeks in a row. Let him hear you at Buena Vista Raceway. Your Ross Tire and Auto Wild Thing Hobby Stock A feature winner, the 22 of Mike Smith. Here fourth and final row sees the 25 of Ricky the Racer stepping to the inside, and TJ Wyman, the 00 AZ to the outside. Ladies and gentlemen, let them know you love them. They're here to put on a final show for you here tonight. This is your Alta Implement IMCA Modified A feature. As they come into turns 3 and 4, we're set to go green. Abelson and Klein lead them. We are green with the modifieds. Abelson, your race leader. Klein second. Smith, Doctor, and Rogotsky, your top 5. Steffen second, and Wyman rounding out your field. Abelson coming off a feature win in Spencer just 2 nights ago at the Clay County Fair Speedway. Tough luck last week. Breaking the right front suspension on the 1X machine. Looking for redemption here tonight. As you have Jesse Rogotsky looking to the outside of Doug Smith and Zach Doctor. Smith moves around the 6Z of Zach Doctor for that 3rd place spot, or it gets Rogotsky in chase of the Triple X as well. Abelson still with your race lead, then Klein, Doctor, Smith, and Rogotsky, followed by Steffen, Wyman, and Sackett. Abelson coming off turn number 4 here, your race leader. Straightaway advantage for Sioux City Excitement. Klein, Doctor, Smith, and Rogotsky all battling out for position through turns 1 and 2. Doctor side by side with Doug Smith now looking to the inside of the 00K of Trey Klein. Doctor with an inside move, looking for second. He'll have it into turn number 1. Somebody call the Doctor. Zach Doctor up to second in the 6Z. Doug Smith around Klein as well for that 3rd place spot. As Rogotsky rounds out your top 5. Abelson, Doctor, Smith, Trey Klein, and Jesse Rogotsky, followed by Steffen, Wyman, and Sackett. Abelson is all but checked out here in the feature. Doctor still running second. Doug Smith looks to the outside of the 6Z as they come off turn 2 down the backstretch. Doctor with a better run to the inside. Rogotsky looking to the inside of Trey Klein for 4th. Abelson still your race leader. Doctor and Smith still going at it. As Rogotsky still trying to find a way around the 00K of Trey Klein. Chris Abelson almost a half a lap lead over 2nd place running Zach Doctor. Doug Smith still trying to make some advances on the 6Z of Doctor. Cannot do so off turn 2. Rogotsky still looking to the outside of Trey Klein off of turn number 2. Green flag high in the air, 2 laps to go for your leader, the 1X, to Chris Abelson. Off of turn 3 and 4, looking at the white flag, this time by Abelson will see the white. Zach Doctor second, Smith. Jesse Rogoski cannot complete the pass at the flag stand. But coming off turn 4 here, Redemption here tonight for the 1X at Chris Abelson. He will be your A feature winner. Zach Doctor will come in second. Doug Smith in third. Jesse Rogoski up to fourth. Trey Klein, your top 5. Ricky Steffen in 6th. TJ Wyman in 7th. Justin Sackett rounding out your field. One X Chris Abelson, your A feature winner. Chris, you picked up the win Monday night at the Clay County Fair Speedway. Broke the right front suspension last week on the opening lap. Now Redemption here tonight. How does it feel to be back in victory lane here at the Buena Vista Raceway?
Real good. I like racing at this place. I have a lot of fun.
How much work went into this car just to get it ready for not only Monday night, but then here tonight as well?
Actually, on Tuesday night at Jackson. So yeah, we've been on the go for the last few days here. Pretty good.
What do you have to thank for this 1X car in victory lane?
Razor Chassis by Roth, Jervis Motorsports, Friesen Chevrolet, just everyone that helps me out on this. Couldn't make it happen without everybody.
So checking out early here in the feature, Chris Abelson, your feature winner here tonight.